Well, fall is upon us. As you can see, the trees are turning and the temperatures are getting cooler. We had some water on one of the dog bowls outside the other day that froze up, and it was ice in the morning. And with the fall comes deer hunting season. Something I look forward to for sure. Putting some meat in the freezer never hurts. I'm not a trophy hunter. I just hunt for meat. So antlers or whatever, I don't really care. But I like to have the venison in the freezer. So there was one small deer hanging around here for quite a while. I almost hit it on the road out here a couple times, and I was getting a little discouraged just seeing that one pop up on the cameras that I have out on the back of the property here. But fortunately, 2 days ago, I saw 3 of them all together hanging out there. So that's a good sign, and that'll definitely bring the bucks in. I did notice that 2 of the deer were looking quite skinny, as you can see in these photos here. So hunting season is about 2 weeks away from opening. That's for crossbow season. And I'm going to try to fatten these guys up a little bit. So in order to do that, I got to get them some corn. You can see in the picture there that I have lots of carrots down, but I don't think the carrots are, unless they're eating tons of them, I don't think the carrots are going to really put a lot of weight on them, just sustain them. So we're going to try to beef them up a little bit, deer them up, whatever. So I'm going to make 2 feeders today and get them mounted down there. I talked to my neighbor about the feeders, but he said he's done that in the past and the bears come and wipe them out and smash them off a tree and destroy them. Well, I don't have any money invested in this. These are just spare parts I have lying around, and I'm going to actually mount it to the tree with rubber bungee straps. So if a bear wants to come up and give it a good whack, it'll just fall off without destroying without destroying the feeder. So the way I'm going to make the first one is I'm going to use some of this ABS pipe, and this was our leftover pieces from our stack vent on the house that we built last year. Yeah, they're just leftover pieces, so we're going to make that one first, and then we're going to make the second one out of wood. So follow along. So the idea behind this is we're going to have this up like that. That's a little bit crooked. I'm going to have to cut that off. We're going to have that on there. We'll put another little stub pipe there and put it there, and that will be strapped to the tree, and then fill it up from here, and then the corn will go down and sit in here, and then the deer can get their little treat in there. This is pretty heavy duty pipe. I know some people use some thinner pipes, but this is what we got around, so this is what we're using. So I'll get that cut off first, nice and square. And because we have I have some couplings here, all leftover parts. Have some couplings here, so we're just going to make it really tall so I can fit lots of feed in. I don't like to go to the deer stand too much to do things, because every time you go there it disturbs things. My smell goes there, not that I smell, but the deer obviously think I do. So I like to keep it fairly clean in that area. So let's get this cut off and we'll get to her. Always put your safety glasses on. So in order to connect these 2 pieces here, I'm going to need a little stubby piece, a little nipple to go in here. So to figure out the length of that, you can see here how it goes in and then it steps up. And there we got 1.5 inches. So in between the 2, we got 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches. So I need a short little piece, 3 inches, that's going to make that connection there. So we'll get that cut. So now we can start putting this together. So we use this premium grade yellow ABS cement, because this is ABS pipe. In fact, I think it even probably says it right on it somewhere. ABS pipe. There's PVC pipe. That's different. You have to use a different glue for the PVC pipe. So we'll get some pliers so we can open that. This has been sitting around for probably a year, so it's nicely dried, and I can't get the top off. So let's use a pair of channel locks there. My wrist is still kind of sore, but we'll see if we can get through this. There we go. There we go. It's a good thing to use this outside because it stinks. Just make sure that's nice and cleaned off the best you can. I don't think the deer will care, but for the sake of it going together, it's nice to have it nice and clean. Just a little bit like that. And you don't have long. There you go. We'll do the next one. You can see they put lines on it. There we go. That was close. That was almost waited too long there. I can feel it stiffening up. It doesn't take long. So you can see the lines here. You know, if when you're actually using this for plumbing, if you could do offsets with that, you know, turn it 45, 90 degrees to each other. So get the next one on there. All right, there we go. That's our deer feeder. We have a cap for the top, keep the rain out. Don't glue that on. And I'm gonna spray paint that. I don't like things to stand out too much in the bush, so we'll give that a little spray. Do our glue up so the next time we need it. There we go. So that one's done. Let's push that aside for now to let that dry up. And we'll get started on the other one. There's a good girl. There's a good girl. Piper's having a rough day. the feeder is done. We just try to work with what we have here, and we got a bunch of wood left over and some hooks left over from other things, and hopefully that'll work out okay. Now the one thing about corn, deer love it. Another thing about corn, raccoons love it. So we're gonna take some of this sheet steel to wrap around the bottom of the tree so the raccoons can't climb up into the feeder. Every year I've gone down there and I put all kinds of feed down there, and the raccoons are the first ones in, and usually they get it eaten up before the deer even have a chance. So this year we'll try to get one step ahead of them. Who knows? So we'll get all loaded up in the ATV and the trailer, and we'll head down there and get things set up. Well, here we are at the deer stand. You can see up there, that's where the stand is. And you can see I got carrots littered all over the place here. And a salt lick. And hopefully there'll be deer back soon. So last year I had the deer stand up over that hill there. And I was finding that when I was walking into the deer stand, that the noise I would make, I could hear deer running away, and sometimes I could see them running away. So at this location, when I'm coming down the trail, I'll be able to see if the deer are here. And if there's deer here, I can shoot one from coming down the trail, as opposed to making noise and scaring them away. So that's the plan anyway. I have some pictures of them going at the salt lick pretty good, so that's a good sign. So we'll get the feeders set up, and we'll go from there. So I think on this tree, this is where we'll mount the black ABS pipe on here. I'll just drop away some of these things so I can get the black the metal around the bottom of the tree to hopefully prevent the raccoons from getting up here. And then we'll get the other one located over there, but we'll talk about that in a minute. I think what we'll do is we'll fill it up full of corn first, because once it's up there I can't reach it. I think maybe actually we'll put the steeler on the bottom there first, so we know how high to put this. Well, there's the steel up. Maybe the raccoons will be able to get over it. I don't know. I'm sure that war isn't over yet. It's not on there too tight. Corn's there. Figure that's right about deer nose height. Let's hope that works. Put the other one up. You see where this one is? And there's the tree stand right there. And I think we'll put the other one right on that birch tree over there. Hopefully the raccoons can't get up at it. We'll see. Maybe we'll be putting raccoons in the freezer this year. There we go. I think we're all set up. We got the feeder here, and there's a camera on that tree there, that birch tree right there, to watch this feeder, and there's a camera over there to watch that feeder. Lots of carrots around. All the deer can come in and be happy and have something delicious to eat, and hopefully fatten up a little bit. So I'll show you what it's like from up in the deer stand and the view that I'll have from up there. So here we are on top of the deer stand. There's the one camera there, and the feeder is right there, the wooden feeder, and the other feeder, the ABS feeder, is over there, and the salt lick there. So I got a nice open space over here to see the deer come in, and also over here. So hopefully that will give me a good opportunity to put a deer in the freezer. If nothing else, it's a nice place to sit out here. I always like sitting in the bush, sometimes for 8-10 hours, and gives you lots of chance to look at things and look at trees and think about things, and it's a good life up in a tree stand. I just want to thank you for following along, and if you could like and subscribe, that'd be great, and share my videos on your social media too. If you could click the bell, you'll be notified next time I post a video. And leave a comment if you like. That would help my channel out. YouTube likes it when you comment. So if you see something you like, then feel free to make a comment below. We'd really appreciate it. Thanks for coming along. We'll see you again.